Greetings, humans and fellow fairy creatures. Today is RADIATA Stories Day, and I'm wearing this shirt. Not just any shirt, but the shirt. RADIATA Stories shirt. I guess I'm gonna be playing some RADIATA Stories today. By popular request during the last stream, you guys voted for non-human paths, so that's what we're gonna do first. And once we finish the non-human path, we'll do the human paths. I'm sorry, Devin, that the gag command did not work. Let's see if that works. Oh, it didn't even work for me. Well, that's unusual. Usually it obeys me. Y'all picking the worst path. Are you just saying that because Jarvis isn't gonna be in our party? Or is there another reason? Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know why the bot is not. Yeah, why is it not giving us? It's like it's not doing the sound command, which is really unfortunate because I have a new sound command. Hold on, I'm gonna. Yeah, it's not working. Yeah, that's really unfortunate because I have a new sound command that I want to do just for the RADIATA Story streams. And it was that clip from Miss Congeniality that I think Mary or somebody winked during the last stream. I'm glad I'm here! But I guess things are deciding not to work today. All of my sound files. Let's try a non-sound. Let's see Mary's works. Okay, so the non-sound files work. Sound commands. Why are you not working? Try it again, maybe? Alright, well, I guess we'll just have to use it next time. The way it is, that's the way it wants to be. Don't follow me, children. Well, that kind of pisses me off. We can't use our glide sound effect. You know what I'll do? Even though we can't really use it on demand yet, because Streamlabs chatbot's having a fit, I'm just gonna show you what the sound command sounds like. I'm just gonna... what do I open this up with? I don't want it... Oh, here we go. Hang on, I'm just gonna pause the music. This is what it sounds like. Okay. Interesting. Oh, wait, I think I might know what's going on. Maybe. Hang on a second. Let me put the music back on. Maybe I have to... Let's try this. Okay, I guess not. I don't know what the problem is right now, so... No idea. Why it doesn't want to play sound commands. I'm drinking a Bloody Mary. It's, like the very last of the tomato juice that I have. I have a little bit left, but I need to buy more. Because I'm out of Rona. I'm out of Corona, I'm out of Coors Rona. Anyway. Yeah, the sound was acting kind of weird today because, I put in my Raycons, and they only had a 50% charge. So I'm like, oh shit, I gotta charge them. And, I was able to get it up to like 60% before the stream started. but I had to manually go into my sound settings and select, or like go to the individual applications like Chrome and whatnot, and make it so that the source of the sound is the Raycons. That's coming out through the Raycons. I had to do it all manually. I hate it. I was almost like, I was this close to delaying the stream. Because I was just having technical issues, which ended up getting resolved in time. Thank God. Well, let's just hope that's the only technical issues. Why can't I talk? The only technical issues that we'll have right now. Game time. Okie dokie. Now, we're still gonna continue on with the light elf mod. We're doing the non-human path as promised. We will have to sort of rewatch the cutscene. I can either zoom through it or we can rewatch it just for the sake of it. For the sake of rewatching.
Okay then. I guess I should head to the castle.
Zane.
Man, I'm popular today. Yeah. Who is it?
Jack, it's me.
And just his little hair tail gets all contorted.
I'm sorry to bother you at such a late hour, Jack.
Don't worry about it. Come on in.
Thanks. Well, your dump is just about what I expected. Don't you ever clean up?
Excuse me! As if you've ever seen a broom, Your Highness. Ridley?
Huh? Oh, sorry.
What's up? Don't tell me you're out of snappy comebacks.
Guess so.
Oh shit, it's the vessel I gotta put my face on.
You're acting weird.
He's got
Jack,
company.
You said that if I ever wanted to talk, I could come and see you.
Yeah, I did.
The thing is, I need to talk to you. Will you hear me out?
Of course I will! If there's one thing I remember from the Knights Charter, it's this. Knights of the same brigade are as family, right? Although, I'm not a knight anymore.
Yes. Because of me.
I told you, don't worry about that.
Like for over half of the cutscenes, Zane doesn't have his face.
What's wrong? You're really not yourself today.
Jack.
Yeah?
I quit the Knights.
You what? Why?
I'm going to leave the castle.
That was a
too.
good call. You should join the
Well,
fairy
actually,
creatures.
I already have.
Whoa, hold on a sec. If you leave, where will you go? Theater Vancour?
No. I'm going to the City of Flowers. I need to see Zane, the leader of the Light Elves.
Look no further. He's already here.
But how are
No,
you
that's just
planning
a
on getting
cosplayer.
into the city?
That's the imposter.
I don't know.
It's gonna be awkward later
I'll
on.
find a way. I have to talk to Lord Zane.
But why? You don't want to mess with those elf guys.
Do you remember?
And there are
the
two
trance
Zanes in a row.
meditation?
And you have to figure
Yeah.
out which one's the imposter.
After we met the orc and it almost finished you off.
Among elves.
Ever since I received the ritual, I've been feeling different. As if my own body belonged to someone else. As if it wasn't my own anymore.
Huh.
And then there's Algendar's. It's been infecting more and more people recently.
You don't need to tell me twice.
You mean that thing that makes people crazy?
I think the disease has something to do with the transpiration, too.
Hold on, slow down there. Now you're sounding really paranoid.
No, Jack,
Will this
there's a
mod still work in
connection.
the scenes with real
I
Zane?
know it.
Yes, it will.
It's my fault. All my
I've tried it out.
fault. Genius showed me Lord Nogueira's grave.
Because I guess the
Huh?
way it is
Lord Nogueira is dead?
there's like the real
Jack,
Zane,
please.
which is his
Tell
actual
me what I
character
should do.
with the code and everything.
I'm
But this is
afraid
just Jack
of
with the
myself.
Zane skin.
I
If that
don't know
makes
what's
sense.
going to happen to me.
So it's just
I
the
can't see
Zane.
the
It's only
future.
Zane's appearance theme that's showing
That
up,
terrifies
and it's
me.
not his actual his self. I don't really know how to explain it.
Jack, please help me. Jack, do something. I'm begging you.
So it really is going to be a sort of a doppelganger, Slim Shady type of deal. It's just a skin. It's not the character model. No, it's
really?
not the character model. Which is why every time he does
I'm
like
sorry.
Ridley?
a pose that Zane
I'm
wouldn't normally do,
okay
like
now.
that or this or whatever,
I'm
he
sorry.
loses his face. His face
I
just
have to
goes
go.
bye bye.
What?
Because I don't know if
Wait.
you remember earlier,
Goodbye,
but
Jack.
Goodbye? Hey, wait!
when I would play the version of RADIATA stories that was like the prototype, or if I would use the regular version of RADIATA stories and use Cheat Engine to put Zane in, it would be a little bit different. Like Zane wouldn't go like that, or other characters. Zane's face coming off when it really touches him is a mood. Actually, there was a part in the deleted cutscenes where like Ridley comes up to Zane and puts her hand on his shoulder, and she's like, "Hey, there," and he's just like, "Don't touch me." Physical contact time to be awkward.
Hey, why am I even thinking about this? Knights of the same brigade are his family, right? Even if I'm not a knight anymore. Besides, I can't let Ridley go off alone in that state. I have to follow her.
And so far, there hasn't been any instances where it's soft locked or
Hey!
frozen.
Ridley!
Well, technically, it's Zane's character model, just
Hey,
duplicating
wait
Jack's
for
character
me!
data. Oh, I see.
I said wait up already!
So it's his. Okay.
Why are you in such a big hurry?
Jack, what do you want?
We hadn't finished
That makes
talking.
sense.
We're like family, remember?
How you doing, James?
Listen,
Been,
your trouble
I
is
think
my
about a
bubble.
month, I think.
Wait, that makes no sense.
Maybe a little bit less.
Whatever. I'm going with you, okay?
Well, do as you please.
Hey, I'd rather do as I please than have too many fleas. Oh, come on. That was funny. Admit it. You've got to lighten up.
I think in the Japanese version, he says, "Your pinch is my punch," or something like that.
Is that Lady Ridley?
Yes, they're going to the castle of the Gold Dragon. You better stop them, Charlie. Confuse him with your gay charm. Oops. I'm in class right now. Just thought I'd stop it by for a sec. Oh, okay. Won't bother you too much. How late do your classes go, or are you in summer classes? I know when I was in college, our classes usually stopped. Like, our semester usually ended around, save here. Okay. Yeah, I probably should save over that other one. Our classes usually ended at the end of May. In grade school, it was like early June. I decided to take an extra class during summer, so I'll be taking less on the next semester. Yeah, that makes sense. Go easy on yourself. Or one less.
Ha!
No way!
Yeah! Yeah!
All right!
The game's not too loud, is it? I know during the battles it can get a little bit overwhelming. I've mentioned this many times before, but when I would play this game, I would have the volume set to a reasonable level for the cutscenes in the overworld, but once you get into the battle, it would get really loud, and my sister would turn it down! It's good? Okay, good. I didn't have a whole lot of time before the stream to do a sound check. Well, the next sound is... Well, I guess the battle sound is louder than you're talking, but it's fine. I'll just have to speak up! Maybe, I'll just take it down a wee crank. Take it down to, like... I don't know. Take it down a couple decibels. Because one of my problems is that I'm pretty soft-spoken. So one thing that I noticed is now that I have the Force Beam, which is the command or the action that allows him to heal, it sadly does not work in battle. I mean, he'll do like the thing, but he won't actually heal himself. Got this coffee caramel ice cream, and it tastes a lot like the Dunkin' Donuts caramel coffee cereal. I didn't even know that they had cereal. That's a bit weird. Post made a collab with them. Oh, when was that? Most of the Dunkin' Donuts I go to, yeah, see, it doesn't even heal him.
No way.
Or Zane. I mean Jack. Oh, and Freezer doesn't work either. I really hope that, excuse me, I really hope that when I get Shining Rain that it's going to work, and it's not going to be a dud attack. Sparkball's pretty good. It's been around in it for like a year or two. I've never seen it. Some stores have. Oh, okay. It's at the store. That makes sense. Okay, I thought you were talking about Dunkin' Donuts at, like, that they had cereal at Dunkin' Donuts. Like, I don't remember anyone, like, ever going to a Dunkin' Donuts and seeing cereal on the menu. But that makes sense. I remember this one time I went to go visit one of my sisters, and she had this blueberry flavored coffee that was pretty good. I think it was like Dunkin' Donuts brand too. And normally I wasn't, like, at least at the time, I wasn't one to eat flavored coffees. But that was pretty good. And then after that, I did start getting flavored coffees, like the cinnamon roll coffee and other things. Brewed coffees aren't my first choice, at least not artificially flavored fruit coffee. Speaking of artificially fruit flavored stuff, there was this gummy candy that Robbie once brought from Canada, and I don't remember the brand, and when I asked them about it, they didn't remember what it was. But it was basically these fruity gummy candies that were shaped like strawberries. And like they actually tasted like real strawberries. They didn't taste like a sort of artificial strawberry taste. Oh jeez, I hate bats. I mean, I like bats, like real bats, but I hate the bats in this game. I like the ones that taste like sweets, like cinnamon buns. Yeah, those are pretty good. Anyway, we're getting into the gnome region, so we'll be approaching some enemies that have more experience. Well, that would give us more experience, rather. There's these preserved wild strawberries we sell at work. Maybe I can get some when you visit, and we can put them on pancakes or Dutch babies. I want to make another Dutch baby. I just need to get the fruit for it. But I got plenty of whipped cream and powdered sugar. No, I got... Oh. They tried to help me guard me, but it's too late. No.
No way! All right!
Someone cure me, will you? I'm sorry, Zane. I'm pretty sure you're gonna die a cocoony death. A mossy cocoony death. I'm glad that the afflictions don't deplete your health as you walk. I think there are some JRPGs.
So you eradicated the dwarf settlement in the valley and killed the dragon.
I think there are some JRPGs out there that will
see.
deplete your health
The lighthouse
as you're
will not
walking in
stand
the
by in
overworld.
silence. We can no longer avoid a confrontation.
Yes, those elves.
Didas
have
looks
got
like he's
many
about to
excuses
fall
strike
asleep.
at the humans.
Doesn't he?
Although the negotiations broke down, the use of force was reckless. The knights have suffered serious losses. I must bear full responsibility for the situation.
What's done is done. It cannot be helped. A battle between humans and non-humans was all but inevitable.
Sir,
But the appearance of the dragon was unanticipated. Dinas, are you familiar with the ancient legend?
yes. The
Have
tower
I told you
breaks
about
the
the
sky.
Herondrum?
Here come the dragons to bring it down.
Yes. So why did the Earth Dragon appear now? And why did it come to help the dwarves? That is what I do not understand.
The dwarves were probably raising it as a guard dog. Dragons are no different than any other animal, after all. Yes, dragons may be strong, but it was easy enough for me. I mean, easy enough for us to slay.
Perhaps. What do you suggest we do next?
We must strengthen Fort Valencia's defenses against a possible attack by the elves and other dragons.
Cowardice! General, why are you being so timid? We must strike at the non-humans now and crush them. We have defeated dragons. Nothing can stop us.
According to the legend,
Oh,
2
no.
dragons still remain. Do you think you can defeat
Hang on.
all our enemies?
Leave it to me, Lord Larks. My sword
I got
will
charged one of my
soon cut them
recons.
down.
It's on a little bad.
That's enough, Cross! Your arrogance is starting to get on my nerves!
I should have done this from the beginning.
If the general is afraid of a fight, he's welcome to stay in the back and guard the rear.
Insolent whelp!
Guard the ass.
Dinas, Cross, now is not the time to squabble among ourselves. The dwarves and Earth Dragon have been destroyed, and the other non-humans are rising in anger. Whatever
I
happens,
still got 50%
it is
left on
our
this one.
duty to defend the kingdom. If the kingdom cannot be saved, there will be little hope for humanity. We have no choice but to battle the dragons. It is the duty of the knights, is it not, Dinas?
Yes, sir. But we lost far too many men in the last battle. We don't have the strength for another attack.
Now is not the time
I don't
for
want to hear your
excuses.
bitching, Dinus.
A great menace approaches from Wind Valley.
From Wind
What's the
Valley,
leader?
sir.
According to Lord Lucian's report, the Wind Dragon has arrived there.
The Wind Dragon. They fly to us like moths to a flame.
General Dinas,
Realistic.
I am ordering you to attack the dragon. Take Cross with you, and destroy the beast.
Sir, the dragon is as good as dead.
Sir!
Anyway, moving on. Yeah, I think I'm still poisoned. And Ridley is still, I think, paralyzed. Yes. She'll survive. She's a big, tough girl. I like how there's a little gecko on the tree. Would pay a visit to the Forest Metropolis, but I don't think Ridley will let me. Besides, we've got places to be. Excuse me, goat. I'm surprised these goats, these wild goats, Ohio, they don't have like they don't have some sort of like not a roost, but like den where they can go at night. They just sleep on the road. I can't believe they're still afflicted. I thought that it eventually goes away. I think I do have to cure myself of the poison eventually. It's not just gonna go away on its own. Oh well. I know that the fight with Leonard and Natalie coming up is gonna be pretty easy because Zane's attacks are strong. Yeah, when you climb up stuff like that in the prototype, or I think maybe either the prototype or the cheat engine version, he just kind of like bends and then like just floats up. He's got Jack's moveset. For another cutscene. Okay, Am I the only one who thinks that the way that Lucien is holding that pen is extremely wrong? See, he's holding it like this. Like, he holds his pen the way a 5-year-old holds a crayon. It's supposed to hold like that. Lucien drawing a picture.
Lucien, no! This is terrible, just terrible! It's a disaster,
The
Lucien!
hammer
Please,
fists the pen.
do something!
What is it, my lord?
It's Ridley! Ridley has run away!
Lady Ridley?
I just went to her
One of these
room
days I
and
wanna
there was a
edit,
note saying that she wasn't coming back! What should
I want to edit that part
Tell me,
where, like,
Lucien, what should I
instead of it
do?
being like him writing down stuff,
Please
he's
be
drawing it
calm,
like
Lord Jasney.
it's like a
I shall
children's
instruct
drawing
the guards to
that
begin
he's
a
got
search
there with
immediately.
crayons.
You'll be able to bring her back?
You return to your room and try to relax. I will let you know the moment I hear anything.
You will? Right away? Do you promise?
Of course, trust me.
All right. I'll be waiting in my room.
This means that her awakening continues to progress.
Just imagine Lucien comes
I must
into
not
Jasney comes into Lucien's office crying and wailing about Ridley, and then Lucien just gives him a pacifier. For the baby. Buffalo. I guess I should heal myself.
All right.
Since I can't heal for shit.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah. All right.
This is the pond that I think that they should have, so you know when you go into Tria Village, I think it's on the human path. Or maybe it's the non-human path. I think it's the human. I can't remember, but anyway, you go into Tria Village and there's a pond, and then Fan comes out and she does that whole riddle thing with the golden hammer, the wood hammer, and so on. And that was because they intended originally for Fort Valencia to be in Tria, the Tria Village. But they moved the location of Fort Valencia to Quator. But they didn't move that cutscene. They didn't move they didn't move Fan from Tria. I think they were gonna put her here instead. Have her come out of this pond. I thought she was just there to try and drown humans. Could have been that, because I know there was that one farmer guy. War tactics. There was that one farmer who was drowning. Man did it. It was her. It was her all along. And excuse me, I know I could warp to the elf region, but I don't want to. I do want to kind of grind a little bit, just a little bit. I'm not gonna wake that guy up. So that would require turning back into Jack. We'll fight that. We'll float. all around.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Riddler's rocking it. Just kicking everyone's ass. I'm a little sad that the healing circles are not out there. It's not outside of Port Valencia like it used to be. I have a theory that once upon a time, sorry, can't speak. The elves not only took over this entire region, but they used to own the Quator region as well. How do you pronounce it? And I think during the war, humans took it over. We used to have so much land. Just one more enemy, just one more fight before I can level up. About that, anyway. I'm getting so close, and I won't have to heal myself. Oh, hi, Audrey, too. Lord Zane. Jack, are you still alive? There is no Jack. There is only Zane. There is no Dana, only Zool. Okay, I didn't level up in that one. I need 225 experience to level up. If I can just manage to do that. Or I get to learn anatomy. That would be swell. Wizard. Come on, level me up.
All right.
Be more than 225. Yes. Yep. Got it. Hold up. Hydrate. I'll let Ridley take the wheel. She can do it by herself. I'm gonna drink my nasty stale water. Oh, I should have stayed this unscrewed.
All right.
She did it. You did it all by yourself, Ridley.
All right.
See what you can do when you put your mind to it? You can even level up. One last fight. And I'm gonna let Ridley do it. Yeah, she's gonna leave my party pretty soon. Ridley, if you can use those techniques on the White Elves that are about to capture you,
All right.
you wouldn't be in the sticky situation that you're gonna be in about
All
30
right.
seconds. Alright, here we go.
Finally made it. Huh? There's no one here. Hello? We're coming in.
Zane, you know you don't need permission.
Hey, what are you jerks playing at? You let her go now.
Here it comes.
Back off! One step closer and I slit her throat.
Better do as we say.
Are you guys completely psycho or what? We weren't doing anything.
I believe that the ones playing Psycho are you humans.
Oh, this is awkward. Well, one of us has to
Who the
change.
heck are you?
It's Lord Nogaira's brother, Lord Zane. the ruler
Steal
of
his
the
look.
Lightlands.
So this is the Light Elf leader?
Or the wheat ward.
Humans enslaved the dwarves in their own minds. Humans spread Algandars across the land.
Will the real Lord Zane please
But why
stand up?
do humans seek to tear down all order in Totaus? Why?
What are you going to do with me?
I will kill you. Then the humans will know they are at war with the elves.
I don't think so. You keep your slimy hands off of her.
You want to fight a war against the humans?
It is a war for our very existence.
Doppelganger.
First, we will topple Fort Halencia once and for all.
Hey, you! I said keep your slimy hands off her. Capiche?
If that's what you really want.
Jack suddenly turned into
and
a
what the other non-humans
Italian-American
want,
mobster.
Then I have no choice. I have received the transpiritation. I must stand by the side of the elves.
You would join
My
the elves?
name is not
But
Lord
no, you are
Noguera
lying like your kind
something.
always does.
Hey! I'm talking to you!
Down.
Or we fillet the girl.
What, you persistent imbecile?
If you want Fort Halencia that much, I'll go capture it for you, okay?
Jack?
What's he saying?
They know me there. I can sneak in and take them by surprise. It's less risky than a full-scale assault.
He has a point.
Then, in return, you let Ridley go. How about it?
Jack, stop it! You can't possibly take the whole fort on your own.
I'll figure it out, okay?
Very well.
Lord Zane?
You shall conquer Fort Halencia. In return, I will spare this girl's life.
It's a deal!
Jack!
Don't worry. I'll be back before you know it. Listen, you'd better take good care of her while I'm gone.
Don't even think about running.
Yeah!
This is like that, like, situation where you got two, you've got, like, the real person, and then you've got the imposter doppelganger. And then you have to figure out which one is the imposter. And then this one is, you tell who the imposter is by the one who contorts every time he changes positions.
Ha! Who's running? You guys are the ones who better not take off. Later.
Jack.
And Zane's just still staring at him like, okay, is he gonna unring himself? He's wrung like a towel. Later, and then he stays in one place. I really love I really love that line. Because he's just
The guy
like,
in that
they're like,
tent.
oh, you better
What
not
the
run
heck
off.
is
Huh,
he
I'm
up
not
to?
gonna run off. You guys are the ones who better not run off later. And then he runs off.
He's plotting something. He's up to no good.
But that's when they all appeared.
Where's Zane?
We'd brought the Blood Orcs all that
Why are
way
you a
just
knight?
so we could unleash them on the City of Flowers. Who'd have guessed those buffoons would be wandering around
Listen,
there?
it's towards Zane's voice.
Them showing up was a real surprise.
You're telling me what a disaster that was.
Sir Cross brought that Blood Orc? What was he thinking? It's his fault Lady Ridley was hurt. Unbelievable. Everything is clear to me now. This settles it. I know what I must do.
Wait, Gantz! Wait for us!
Anyway, moving on. I've already leveled up, so I'm just gonna warp on over to Valencia to speed things along and slow up the process. Or I could do this. I could waste my time with these assholes. Nice try, but not gonna work.
All right! All right!
I thought. Didn't even try to make him sound like a different
All
person.
right!
He's just like, oh, they won't know the difference. They're never gonna meet Lord Zane anyway. I learned something. What did I learn? I don't think it's Shining Rain. I don't think we're ready for that yet. Oh, I see. So all of the two things that I've learned so far that aren't actually, they don't actually exist. Got 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and then the 5th one is going to be Shining Rain. So I got a little ways to go. That's sad. I just want to learn my Volti. Taking over the port single-handedly.
Okay then. I talked it up pretty good back there. But now what do I do? I mean, how do you invade a fort? It's not like I've done this before.
Halt! Who goes there?
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jack. I'm a new sergeant with the Warrior Guild. I need to get inside.
Sergeant Jack? Never heard of you. You can't come in, so go home.
Sheesh. I guess it takes a while for word to get around. Listen,
Hey, look,
I know I don't look
I love
good,
how he turns and
but I
talks to the
used be a
camera.
RADIATA
Who is he
knight.
talking to?
You don't look like a knight, and you don't sound like one either. Now scram!
Oh man, security guard from hell. This jerk really likes his job.
You say something.
Gotta break the
Me?
fourth wall.
No. So, why don't you just tell me who the head honcho is in the fort?
Well, now that the VOA Chevre Brigade's been posted here, I guess it would be Lady Natalie.
Natalie. Right! So that old geezer Leonard's here too! Alright, get Natalie out here.
Hey, Lady Natalie doesn't take orders from you.
Okay, fine. Leonard's here too, right? Can he come out?
Mr. Leonard? All right, wait here.
Hey, Pops, what's up?
Don't call me Pops. Where in the world have you been? We've been looking all over for you.
He says that
Huh?
like him being a mercenary.
Yep, come on in.
Mercenary sergeant would give him access to a royal military fort. Well, you'd be surprised. I mean, like, obviously, no, that's not how it would happen. But I know people who seem to think that because they even have,
Why
like,
did you kidnap Lady
the
Ridley?
slightest bit of power,
What?
not even the power, but
Kidnap
just
her?
like, oh, I
We
work
have witnesses.
as a
We know you
security guard
abducted
at
her.
a small
Listen, Jack,
concert
You
hall.
better come clean if you don't want
Will
to
you
make
let me
things worse
into
for
this
yourself.
big stadium for free?
Hey, wait a second. What are you talking about? Abducted? You guys think I kidnapped Ridley?
Well, actually, you
She
kind of
quit the
did,
Knights and
Zane.
left the castle on her own. She said she wanted to go to the City of Flowers.
Don't lie. Lady Ridley would never pull a crazy stunt like that.
I'm serious. That's what she said. I got worried and followed her.
She couldn't possibly deserve the kind and adoring Lord Jasnet. She was moving up in the Knights. She had just been given her own brigade. Why would she throw all that away? Now spit it out. Let's have the truth. We don't have any time for these ridiculous lies.
I'm the one who doesn't have time. Ridley's been captured by the elves, and, whoops. I shouldn't have said that. Oh, who cares? Listen!
Just
If I
gets
don't take over
awkwarder
this
and
fort,
awkwarder.
the elves are going to kill Ridley,
Is
okay?
that even a word, awkwarder?
Huh?
Look,
more
you
awkward?
don't have to believe me. Just hand over the fort.
Whoa, whoa.
Oh,
Now
no,
hold
hang
on,
on.
Jack. You're not making much sense there, buddy. Oh, wait. I know. You're angry about being fired from the Knights, so you kidnapped Ridley for revenge, right?
No, will you listen?
He's not giving us any choice, Leonard. I guess we're going to have to get a little rough with him.
I'm sorry we have to do this, Jack.
You guys can
but
still
it's
hear,
for
right?
your own good.
We're wasting time. Enough already. Just give me the fort. Now.
Okay, good.
Jack!
Because, like, this
What are
one
you doing?
was low on batteries,
Who
so I
cares?
put it in the
Take him
charger
down, Leonard.
and was letting it charge for a bit. And then this one started to get low batteries, so I put that one in the charger, checked the one that was in the charger out, and put it in my ear. So I switched them. If I had Shining Rain, we'd be in a different situation. Natalie, can you not? I don't want to fight you right now. I want to fight. I really want to fight you right now. Why did she get, like, thrown all the way over there? She gets, like... She's getting tossed in, like, the weirdest directions. She's a drama queen. There we go, we got rid of her. No first class glory for us. Then you put the sharp end in the face, not the pump. Here we go.
All right.
Things are so much easier when you're Zane. And I got a strength berry from it. Cool, cool.
The little kid beat us.
Girl, I'm like hundreds of years older than you.
So who do
Don't
you
call me a
think's the
kid.
toughest now? Oh yeah, I've got to give my victory speech. I've been thinking about it for a while.
What are you talking about?
I'll spare your life, but you have to do exactly as
Zane,
I
where did you
say.
go?
Exactly as you say? No, not that. No, stop, you horrible monster!
Whoa! Calm down! You've got it all wrong. I just want to see you grovel a bit.
Oh, I see. I just assumed... Hey, wait a minute! I'm not doing that either!
Yeah? Okay, fine. Have it your way. But if you don't want to beg for your life...
You wouldn't! Oh, you evil scoundrel! Sometimes
Zane, I thought you weren't into humans.
Such a curse!
Well, I'm waiting.
Oh, all right. Oh dear, Master Jack. Please don't kill me. Please spare my life.
How about, oh Lord Jack, most great and powerful warrior, and try to put more effort into it.
I don't believe this. Oh Lord Jack, most great and powerful warrior, please spare my life.
Nah, that's no good. You've got to be cuter when
So
you do
does
it.
Jack
Like,
legit
pretty,
implies
pretty
he's going to
please.
sexually
Try
assault
that.
her? I don't know. I mean, I feel like that's
Come
what they were
on,
kind of
I don't have all
implying.
day. And don't forget the pose either.
In the Japanese version, when
Oh,
wait.
pretty, please.
What the heck was that?
in the Japanese
are
version,
so
when
dead.
Larks comes over
Anyway,
to Natalie
I
and
guess
asks
it's about
if
time for you to hand over the
Yasne was
fort.
bothering her. In the Japanese version, he asks, like, is he sexually harassing you or something like that? Yeah. It's a lot less subtle
Oh, I don't think I'll be
in that
doing
version.
that.
I mean, like, you know, that's what he was talking about in the English version. But
Captain, are you all right? Captain Natalie, is the intruder in there?
Uh-oh.
uh-oh!
I was
And then his
just playing
face
along
is...
with your little farce to buy some time.
Oh, darn.
Ha! The tables are turned now. Time for you to get what you deserve.
Female, was this man
kidnapper.
sexually assaulting you?
Captain Natalie! You! What do you think you're doing here?
Uh-oh, this looks bad.
Hey!
That's Lady Ridley's kidnapper. Don't let him get away.
Get him!
He's still here. And they're like, yeah, where'd he go? He went that way. He just teleported.
Light elves?
We figured a human couldn't take down a fortress all by himself.
Lord Zane told us to come and keep an eye on you. Make sure you didn't try to run away.
I wasn't running. I'm just making a strategic withdrawal so I can launch another attack.
Saying, if I stand really still, the humans can't see me. They're like T-Rexes.
Well, it's not every day you see a human keeping his word.
I'm your leader.
Light elves? What are they doing here?
All right, let's get rid of this lot.
Huh? Are you serious? Are you trying to start a war?
That was our plan from the beginning.
Gang's all here. Ooh. Uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. No, no, no. No, please, no. Heal me. Don't attack me. Okay, she's linked up. As far as I know, she can't do her ulti when she's linked up. No, she's gonna kill me.
First class flurry!
She's gonna fucking kill me. Rest in peace. Okay, I'm still partially alive. I'm gonna be okay. I survived that assassination. And now she's dead. So all good. god. Ah. Teach me Shining Raid, please.
Damn it. The Light Elves have begun their uprising.
Jack, look at yourself. Can't you see what you're doing?
What I'm doing?
Look at who you're with. You've turned against your own kind.
I concur. I'm actually with my own kind.
No, I haven't.
Soldiers, pull back! We have to defend the fort!
I'm right where I belong. Look at who you're dressed as. You look pathetic.
We're going to start the attack on the fort. You can go back to the City of Flowers.
Go on, back to the city. Lord Zane is waiting for you.
But they...
Just show up to Lord Zane's house and be like, yeah, I'm dressed as you.
Take care.
So you really came back. I guess we can let you in.
Lord Zane is waiting for you inside. Go on in.
What's wrong with that guy?
Don't know.
He just has PTSD from battle. Nothing much. No big deal. It's just PTSD and no big deal. Just kidding. I know where my own house is. Thank you very much. I just wanted to see what you would say. They try to kill his girlfriend. Man, what's his problem? White elves don't understand emotions. Is.
Well, well. You surprised me, Jack. I suppose that we can trust you from now on.
You're no longer sus, Jack.
Of course, I shall keep my word. I will spare the human girl.
We trust you now.
Jack! Are you alright?
Hey, Ridley.
What's wrong? Are you hurt?
No, it's not that.
Lord Zane! Terrible news, sir!
What is it, Coco? What happened?
The humans! They've sent a force to Wind Valley! They've killed Lord Safid!
What? Lord Safid? Are you sure of that?
Yes.
This is because I sent Gil and the others to the fort. Damn those humans. Very well, if that is what they want. We shall take that fort and crush them once and for all. I want all the elf forces sent to Fort Halencia now.
Yes, my lord.
The humans have killed Lord Safid, the Wind Dragon. There will be consequences. Prepare yourselves for what is to come.
The Wind Dragon?
And so you decided to come back empty-handed? What were you thinking?
I'm very sorry, my lord.
Why did you let them get away?
If the Light Elf warrior Gil was there, there is little that they could have done.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with Gil.
The humans
Gil,
have lost
why are you
Fort
so
Halencia.
mad?
But on the other hand, we have managed to slay the Wind Dragon.
Just out of curiosity. I want to see if it works.
You useless ninny!
Oh, it
I am
doesn't
very,
work. God
very,
damn
very
it.
sorry, Lord Jasna. Please forgive my carelessness.
Everybody betray me. I fed up with this world.
I will give you one more chance. I want you to find that perverted little twerp and bring him to me. Is that clear?
Yes, my lord.
It was just a dream. Huh? Where
Oh
am
no,
I?
it's worse than I imagined.
Oh, right.
I'm in a rundown
Valencia.
fort,
That
sleeping
Zane guy
on
brought me here.
boxes, wooden
Well,
crates.
I guess they really are going to war with the humans.
Jack, are you up? The strategy meeting is about to start.
Huh? Oh, hey, Ridley.
What's the matter, Jack? You've been kind of down since yesterday.
Yeah. It's just that Leonard said that I'd turned against my own kind. With Zane starting this war, I've ended up fighting against my own friends.
The world is starting to change. There's
Oh,
nothing any of us can
boo-hoo.
do to stop it.
Zane started a
Yeah,
war. I lost my
but
friends
still.
because of him.
Listen. We all have our own mission in
Zane
life.
made me lose all my
Everyone
friends.
has a belief in how things should be. Humans have human dreams. Elves have elven dreams. I have mine. And Jack, you have yours, right?
I guess so. Protecting you. That's my mission. I guess.
If that's true, then I'm very grateful.
Ridley.
Jack, listen to me. I can't turn away from this war.
Yeah. Okay then. I'll have to come along and protect you. That's going to be my job.
Jack.
Right! You said something about a meeting? I think I'll have to check that out.
Simp. Simp, simp, simp. I forgot Zane's gonna be completely faceless this whole cutscene.
Are we ever going to get this meeting
He's sitting
started?
down.
I'm all ready to go here. Come on!
Be patient. We're waiting for the guest of honor.
Guest of honor? What's he gonna do? Give a speech?
The guest of honor will be leading the discussion. You weren't so keen on the war yesterday. Humans change like the weather.
Zane's like, oh what, now you want to start a war?
Greetings to you all.
What happened to, oh no, I
I'm
don't want
sorry
to start a
have
war.
kept you waiting.
I don't want to lose my friends.
Huh? It's the geezer with the funny money!
Oh, this is gonna be funny.
Hello?
When he
Is
picks
that
him up
the
and
young
hugs him.
laddie I met in town? Ah, you were a great help to me that day.
Crushing bones! Crushing bones!
Lord Parsec and the boy know each other?
Apparently.
Lord Parsec, we should be starting the meeting now.
Sometimes it'd be like
I
that.
reckon we should. What's this? A
Very
human
broken Zane.
girl?
He didn't just crush his
Yes.
ribs
This
and
is
break
the
his
girl who
bones.
received the transpiration from
He
my
like
brother.
just
Oh,
he did this
I
to
heard
Zane.
about
Just
that,
like
I did.
wrung
So
him
then,
out.
you must be Hap.
The name's Ridley.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. What a delightful young lady. Parsec the Fire Dragon at your service.
What? The old guy's the fire dragon?
Now, let's begin this strategy meeting. What we decide here will affect the fate of all fairy creatures.
There needs to
Indeed,
be a very
fate
big
of the entire
sweater there.
But first, I must offer my sincere condolences
I have to do that.
to you, Lord Parsec. The death of Lord Sacred is a great loss.
Oh man, if I was better
You
at
don't
video
have
editing.
to worry about him one bit. He's only sleeping, that's all.
What do you mean?
What's this? Don't tell me that the immortal elves have forgotten how our world works.
Zane's like, well, will you tell me that my brother's just sleeping too?
No, I reckon I'll just have to explain it. Our
Wish it could be
world
that
is governed
simple.
by the great cosmic elements. You know that much, don't you? Wind, water, earth, and fire.
On an unrelated topic, Devin.
We four dragons are responsible
my
for
unbox
watching over
was sent
these
today.
four elements.
I don't know when I'm gonna get it, but
The
it
cosmic
was sent.
Yes, that's right.
Parsec needs the
wind
death
dragon
talk.
guards the elves.
Like that look
The
on Zane's
water
face as
dragon
he's saying
guards
is
the
just like, oh
orcs.
god, how I tell him.
The earth dragon guards the
You see,
dwarves. And as
Parsec,
the
when
fire
when
dragon,
somebody dies,
I am
their body
responsible
stops
for
working,
guarding the goblins.
and they're not gonna wake
Wait.
up.
But what about us humans?
Humans have the most important role of all.
No, Parsec,
They
when someone
serve
dies, they sleep
as the
together.
vessel for the twin dragons.
We're a vessel?
That's right. The twin dragons, the gold dragon and the silver dragon, keep watch over this world. Just as night follows day and day follows night, so the two dragons each take their turn as guardian. Silver dragon or gold dragon, one or the
Zane.
other always
Well,
looks over the
you
world
see,
and protects its honor.
human, you're kind
But
of good at
neither
dying.
dragon
Explain.
has its own form. They have to enter a vessel before.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
can
you humans, you're death experts, so
So without
just tell them how it's
humans to
done.
serve as their vessel, the twin dragons would never awake.
Exactly, me little lady. Oh, you're as sharp-minded as you are charming.
Okay, so which one's in charge now? The gold one or
Don't
the
get
silver
any
one?
ideas, Parsec.
Now it is the era of the silver dragon, but the time of the gold dragon is close. When it comes, it will mean the end of this world.
The end?
But wait, does that mean it'll be the end for humans too?
Yes, as long as the four elements stay unbalanced, then it's bound to happen. On the other hand, when the end comes, the four dragons will reawaken from their sleep and live again.
Hey, that sucks! What kind of system is that?
Oh, you can't argue with it. It's your destiny.
Of course, humans are destined to die. Algendars is spreading through the land. The cosmic elements have been thrown out of balance. It's inevitable.
No. That has nothing to do with it.
What do you mean? The dwarves of Earth Valley are being trampled underfoot. My brother Nogueira has been killed.
But no one knows when Quasar the Gold Dragon will awaken. In any case, while there's no vessel, nothing will change.
But there is.
It gives her the vessel look.
In the meantime, all you
Zane,
can
stop being
do is
creepy.
play your role and follow your own convictions. You have to do your very best to fulfill your own mission. That's what makes you alive.
Yes! I get it! I know what the old guy's trying to say!
I doubt it.
Sure I do. The way I figure, the silver dragon and gold dragon are like fate, right? We don't know when the gold dragon is going to wake up. Just like no one knows when they're going to die. So all we humans can do is go out there and do our best every day.
Ho, 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 ho. I think the little laddie gets it.
See, I'm right.
If that is the case, it is our never-ending duty to quash the arrogance
where's
of the
it, Zane?
humans, is it not?
I reckon that's right, too. However, there is one thing that has
That's not what
been
that's about.
bothering me a little.
And what is that?
I think that Aphelion, the silver dragon, may be up to something.
Aphelion's that guy you were looking for a while back, right?
Aye. He's taken a certain human as a vessel. And he's controlling the humans from within RADIATA Castle.
What? The silver dragon is in RADIATA Castle?
I finally found out where he was hiding just before I came here.
But if he's in RADIATA Castle, then who is he? Do I know him?
No, don't you worry about that. You let me deal with Aphelion. I'd like to find out what he's up to. I think it's time I dropped by and paid him a visit.
Are you going to RADIATA Castle? But my lord, think of the danger.
Oh, no. I'll be fine if I stay in human form. In any case, I don't have much choice. It's my job to speak to him.
Very well. In the meantime, we shall all be working to fulfill our own convictions.
Right. You do that then.
Hey, old guy, I've got a question.
What would that be?
My father, well, he killed the water dragon. Is killing a dragon like a crime or something?
Is murder a crime?
Huh? What did he say?
So then,
Is it illegal to kill
you
people?
must be Cairn's son.
I don't know.
It's not a crime, lad. Your father was doing nothing more than following his own mission.
Okay. If you put it that way.
Jack, I think you should pay a little visit to Goblin Haven.
Huh? Goblin Haven? What's that?
Goblin Haven. It's the Black Goblin village, of course. You should take Miss Ridley with you, I reckon.
Take me?
But the war's just starting. What are we supposed to do all the way out there?
It's to get rid of you,
Well,
Jack.
If you go, you'll find out, won't you, lad?
Just
I
get him
think
out of the
that
way.
going there is part of your destiny, Jack.
Well, how about it, Ridley?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's go.
No doubt about it. She's a real charmer.
You know, old guy, you could try acting more dragon-like.
Jack, watch your tongue. Very well. Coco, I want you to guide these two to Goblin Haven.
Yes, sir! Right away, my lord!
Sure, why not? Seems like a good idea.
Greetings.
Yeah. What do you think? Which one is the real one? We'll switcheroo. Oh shit, such a personality. What was she supposed to say? Say, no, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna do the store minigame, not minigame, the little side quest first. Oh, and you know what? While I'm at it, just 1 second. Just really quick. Oh, a power. There we go.
Hi. Hi.
Maybe you can end it by escalating the war. That's perfect logic, Servo.
Yeah?
This guy came into the war with no shield whatsoever. I mean, then again, Jack doesn't have a steel, or nobody in this war really has a shield, like a proper shield.
Hi!
My legs feel like lead. space for Coco. But I want to do this shop thing first. Stares into the camera. Broads, am I right? If space, ladies. Pulls off his entire face. Reveal the lizard inside. Then he just tells him to fuck off and solve it himself. It's just like, I don't know who should be. I don't really care. I care about the war. I don't care about this shop nonsense. Gee golly. Supposed to ask Vladimir, right? Nobody ever bothers to ask a White Elf. Of course, I think the only... Well, I guess Gil is like the only other White Elf besides Zane that's in the fort. All the rest are in the City of Flowers. Zane conveniently keeps them out of battle. He just throws all the dwarves and the goblins and the dark elves at the humans. Keeps his White Elves safe. Here we go. ¿Por qué no los dos? So this is something that a lot of people tend to miss. You go back into the room and talk to Zane. He makes a comment about how he's not happy about the fair creatures becoming merchants.
Greetings.
Fair creatures as merchants? We become more human-like by the day.
Greetings.
He is not happy. Well then why did you let them open up shop, Zane? I'm seeing double, yeah. Who's the real Zane? Nobody knows. Maybe it's the one who contorts every time he opens up a door. He seems legit. Which do I shoot? Exactly. Zane, what if we did capitalism to self-fucking capitalism? Zane's such a fucking hypocrite. Anyway, I want to see what kind of items I can buy. Stock up before I head off into the wilderness. Oh, she's gone. I'm so beat my face came off. What's weird though is the issue was who would set up shop in this spot. It's never addressed. Yeah. I don't know, maybe they fought it out. Afflictions. Doesn't hurt to have a few analysis balls, just in case.
Thanks a bunch.
Thanks a bunch.
Hello there.
Gotta go talk to Coco. I wonder if I can recruit Gil at this point. We'll find out. But I want to save before I do that. Before I do anything else, and before I even try to fight Gil. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna save on a different file too. It's amazing we captured this fort. But couldn't they have kept this place a little neater? Yeah, we only, like, wrecked their shit. Like, damn, bitch, you live like this? Damn, humans. Okay. I'm gonna find out if Gil wants to fight.
Yes?
Wanna go, bro?
Hello there.
Come at me. Ooh, ow. Owie. Ooh, he's kicking my ass. It's a good thing I saved, too. I mean, not that I was gonna die if he... I would just have a damaged ego. No, I missed. If only I had Shining Rain. So nice. Please join my party, Gil. Let me love you by kicking your ass.
No way!
Oh, owie. That hurt. I know I came in late, but I might not stay very long. That's fine. Don't worry about it. Yay, I got him.
All right.
You kind of kicked my ass, but it's okay. A promise is a promise. I will help you. I can feel another poem growing inside my heart. Good for you. Why don't you write a poem about my heroic escapades? I think I will. Gil's my bitch now. Gil. Now we gotta buy more herb extract, but I think I need to get the DX stuff. Because the S stuff is not really cutting it. I think some peach and wild berry nerds.
Welcome.
The name of them both in English and in French. I guess the French word for wild berry is fruit savages. Sauvages. Savages.
Thanks a bunch.
Midnight. I'm just gonna warp over to the gnome region. If I... Oh, it's not working. God damn it. You know what? Fuck this shit. Walk fast. Walk fast, Zane. speed it up, go into turbo mode. This is already, like, way faster. It's better this way. Alright, bring it on. I didn't want to get rid of Romaria because she's my healer. She's my rock. I think the enemies in this Ceviche region, like the mushrooms and whatnot, they're actually pretty tough. So it's probably for the best that I grind at least a little bit. It's gonna be a while before I level up again. That's kind of the sad part of the tragic reality. This shit.
Hello?
And the wolves here too. The wolves, the mushrooms, the matangos. Oh, I forgot. Hang on. This might be a spot where I could potentially get stuck as Zane, so I probably should change out of my jacket, or change out of the Zane outfit. Oh, creepy. I'm floating here. This is like really creepy. The fact that he's wearing, like that he's floating like that and wearing his feet. It reminds me of that that really tall guy from the Haunting of Hill House. always forget which is the right way to go. Wait, map. Okay, I think I'm going the right way. Become Jack again. Yeah, like, I feel like if I was, in Zane mode, I would have gotten stuck on that thing. Just a sinking feeling. Heal me.
How'd you like that?
Just heal me a little bit more, Romaria.
Heal ally!
Okay, take that!
Alright!
Take that! Take that!
Alright!
How's it?
All right! All right!
Already leveled up. I think we should be getting close to Goblin Haven. Oh, wait. Or maybe not. No, this is Ricky. Time to hear me bite you. Chill out, dude. You know, I should probably eat my berries. Since I have them. That's all the berries I have. Eat your savages. My Solange. Okay, so I guess I went the wrong way. Take me up. Celestial nectar. I think this might be the right place. It bit me in the crotch. Really, just carrying this entire team on her back. I wish I would just get to the haven already. Come on. I'm tired of going up and down mushrooms. And this place smells. We should be getting close, according to this map. just don't know. You're tired of going up and down mushrooms? Yeah, that's what I said. You got a problem with it? Are you gonna make some sort of innuendo out of it? Oh, here we are. Finally here.
Here it is, Goblin Haven.
Sheesh, this place really stinks.
Ugh, what is that smell? That's the smell of fried toadstools. The black goblins are always eating them.
You know,
and
I
making
really
themselves
want
sick.
some deep fried mushrooms,
Toadstools are
like
all
battered
they
and
eat. The
fried
goblins
mushrooms.
get so sick that they never do
bad.
anything else.
Never do anything, huh?
Bulbous mushrooms.
Kinda like Clive, I guess.
Anyway, I'm going to go back to Fort Halencia. I really hate the stench.
Okay, thanks.
It's not that bad of a smell, Coco. You're just complaining.
Yeah, yeah. Wow.
Save. Save. Save, save, save. One of these goblins, like, gets into a fight with you. Humans is inferior. Well put. I agree. You think I'm human, but I don't think you have a chance against me. He's impersonating a human. Yeah, it's this guy who wants to fight. Come on.
No way!
Stupid poison.
All right!
Warm up are over. Now for 80% of my power. Ha! Super Goblin! Wow, you can transform. He's going Super Saiyan. Yeah, I'm changing my attack. This one is way too slow. Maybe not. They're all kind of slow attacks. He's running away. Means he's almost out of health. Yeah.
All right!
barely even worth experience. He was strong, but now for 100% of my power, take this. Yeah, Hyper Goblin. Question mark. There we go. Looking at the menu of this local bar, and they have Dunkaroos as a dessert item. It's just animal crackers, bar cream, frosting, and fried sprinkles. Ugh. Corporate pride. But the picture of them shows sprinkles as Lucky Charm marshmallows. Gonna save. But that was kind of hell in a handbasket. This is a high-end bar too, and they're serving garbage like this and have the nerds to charge $7. I hate this bar. I hate the chef there. Oh, you actually know him? You got some beef with him?
Jack!
Got his head off.
What are you doing here?
Damn it! He snuck up on me!
Sandwich.
Let me go! Let me go already!
Your name. Give me your name first.
I'm Jack. Jack Russell.
Jack Russell? You're quick on your feet.
Damn right! Now tell us, who are you? What are you
Not
doing
personally,
jumping
but
out
I
on
ordered
people
something
like
there
that?
and asked for it
All
without
right,
onions,
son
and
of
he gave me an
Cairn.
extra and
My
put
name is
them on
Gawain.
anyway.
Gawain
Those chicken
Rothschild.
waffles. Oh, okay.
You're Sir Gawain?
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me about that.
You're the one.
The chef that came out and gave you
You're the one
attitude
who
when you
killed
asked
my
for
father.
something like taken off.
Get your weapon ready, Gawain. It's time to avenge my
At the
father.
bar. I just like to look at menus and get mad over nothing.
Gawain, you killed
Old
my
man
father. Prepare
yells
to
at
die.
Cloud.
Stop, Jack! You can't
Old
possibly
man
beat him!
yells at menu.
Sorry, Ridley.
Overpriced
This guy has to pay for what he did. It's time. Here I come. Ready or not.
Kick my ass, please. End me. I'm poisoned. I got out of my life. Let me be with my brother again. Who was it? Gordon Ramsay? No, Gordon Ramsay would have a little more
He'll be
self-respect.
fine. He's just been knocked out.
It's this bar called Nosh.
Sir Gawain.
And it was Man versus Food. It was on Man versus Food a long time ago. And the chef has an ego over it.
Alive, yes, and living in disgrace.
So
wandering the
there's an
world,
episode that
never
I
in
can
one
watch.
place for long.
Is on YouTube. Can I see this guy?
But what are you two doing here?
Excuse my rudeness. My name is Ridley Silverlake.
The Silver Lakes of the Great Eagle of the North?
Yes, sir. However, I recently left the family and decided to join the Light Elves.
I've heard that there is war brewing between the humans and non-humans. Does that have anything to do with it?
A transpiritation ritual was performed on me. There is a soul of an elf inside me.
You don't know where to find the episode now.
You received a transpiritation?
We have to find whatever streaming service it
My
might be
destiny
on.
is somehow closely connected to
Get a
this war.
subscription and watch it.
Ah,
and laugh.
yes. Destiny, eh?
But what about you? You were the crest of
You
the
can see
line
Zane's
of the
face over
West,
there just
but then
sleeping.
you left your country, and now you turn up in this place.
Well, 16 years ago, I lost everything that I'd ever owned.
Lost everything?
Damn it! Alright, you're pretty strong, Gawain. But unfortunately for you, I'm not finished yet!
Jack, enough!
That reminds me of the time my restaurant.
I don't think so! I was just getting warmed up!
He has a fierce spirit. He reminds me of his father.
The restaurant my friend worked at appeared in an episode of Restaurant Impossible when they thought they saved it, but it's out of business now. I always wonder about that too, like kitchen nightmare, like restaurants that show up on like shows like Kitchen Nightmares and the like. Like how many of them actually, excuse me, stay in business? Because I've heard like a lot of them just end up going out of business anyway, because the problem with the restaurant is just the owner has an ego and they refuse to change. And like, yeah, they change for the TV, but once the cameras and the camera crew and the TV host is gone, they go back to their regular bullshit. Yeah, they close after they get a glow up.
Damn!
It's all for TV. As I say, you can't polish a turd. Oh wow, that he went down pretty quickly.
All right.
Yay, Zane. Yeah, the issue is never the menu or whatever, it's the people that run it, and you can never change that. Unless you get rid of the management.
Strong. Just like your father. You did well to beat me.
Jack!
What's wrong?
I know the restaurant my friend worked at was run by a family that had a lot of issues.
I don't want to kill you.
Oh dear.
You didn't really kill my father, did you?
Jack.
Tell me, Gawain. Tell me what happened to my father.
It's been a long time. No one has heard this story for 16 long years, but I'll tell it to you. Your father and I each led a brigade of the Royal Knights. We were comrades. We were
Although there was a
rivals.
diner here though that
We
kept
were
running
friends.
after they were on that show, but they closed down due to
We
the
were
pandemic.
trusted by the fairy
Yeah.
creatures, and in the City of
guess there's-
Flowers, we were allowed to come and go as we
I mean, it's good that they were able to stay open. It's just
Even
the
the
pandemic
elf
that sort of
elder, Lord Zane,
did them in.
treated us as his friend.
Restaurant in peace.
But then,
Yeah, true.
16 years ago, the water dragon suddenly appeared. Those who knew the old legends trembled in fear. But the dragon had come to protect the cosmic order. It attacked the humans out of necessity, not hate. Cairn knew this as well as any of us. But he shrugged off all my warnings. Cairn struck down the water dragon to save his fellow humans. Because of that, the elements became unbalanced within him. He became infected by the Algandar's disease. In order to protect the Order of Totaus, Zane sent out assassins to slay his friend Cairn. No matter what Zane's personal feelings were, he was forced to act. The elves' dragon had been slain. I knew what was happening, but I did nothing. I turned away. I turned away and let Karen die. I'm the one who destroyed your family. I'm the one who stole your father from you. Soon after that, I left the kingdom and abandoned my family. I had helped murder a father and a husband. I could only pay for my crime by throwing away.
I know this is supposed to be a really emotional scene, but
You're a real idiot.
the fact that you can't,
aren't you?
Zane's face is entirely missing.
An idiot?
Just kills it.
Mom was as cheerful as ever until the day she died. After that, Sis and I lived
Thanks
together.
for telling my story to me.
And my father never really died. He was always alive, right in here. And now, look at me. More friends than I can handle.
But...
The captain, your son, he never left your heart. Now did he? You couldn't throw away what was yours, and you sure didn't take anything from me. I bet you anything that my dad never stopped thinking of you as a friend, right to the very end. I'm sorry about before. All that stuff about getting revenge for my father.
Jack.
Okay, I guess we're all square then. Even Stevens, right?
Even Stevens, it is.
Hey, of course. Ridley, I've got it.
I wonder what the translation for that in Japanese is. Maybe even
I
Stevens
figured
part.
out why Parsec sent us out here.
My
He
face is
wanted
over
us to
there.
meet this guy.
Then they took my leg and they threw it over there.
The fire dragon, Parsec?
Yeah, do you know him?
Oh, yeah. We used to be old drinking buddies.
I guess you won't mind me
I
asking.
wonder what
then.
Parsec was
Me
like
and
as
Ridley are going to
a
join
drunk.
a war against the humans.
He's probably super jolly and would
Why don't
stand
you
up on the
join us in
table
the fairy creatures?
singing
Jack,
singing his shanties and then breaking
But
the table
think about it. This
under
old
his
guy
weight.
can really fight. It'd be a waste if he stayed here at a
He's
time
so
like
bad, what the
this.
fuck? No, I don't know. Hopefully nothing's wrong with your internet.
The young lad is right, he is. The death of the dragons. The war with the non-humans. It's all part of my destiny, I think.
Maddie, are you having
Yeah?
trouble with
So does that mean you'll come with us to Fort Halencia?
with lagging?
I've turned my back
Just Devin.
on my
I think
destiny
my
for
computer
too
won't
many
stop it,
years
but I
now.
won't let it.
I'd
Don't let
say
it.
it's high time that I faced it. Come
Being
on,
Weird.
to Fort Halencia!
Maybe you could try refreshing
All right.
refreshing the page.
Now you're talking.
Maybe that will work.
Destiny, huh?
Hey, Ridley, let's go already.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I'll fix it now. Okay, that's good. Good. So we scrapped Coco. And we traded him in for Gawain. But we're gonna warp back to Fort Valencia real quick. But first. Yay, we can warp now. This is your cutscene, Devin. This is for you. Cut his face off. Jarvis just sliced Zane's face off. They took my face. Also, Jarvis saying he wants to bring him back, but also nearly murders him. I'm just tag teaming these Raycons. Really weird seeing that it isn't voice acted. I feel like it should be. I wish all the cutscenes were voice acted. He's bringing him back either way, dead or alive. Top of the screen keeps clipping. I can just let my party take care of it. And it's supposed to be oh yeah, get rid of the black bars in this.
All right.
Shows the scenes where kind of rushed, no voice acting, covering up, flipping with black bars. Yeah. This game needs. I mean, like it's a well done game. But it could also use a little bit of polishing up, a little bit of TLC. See it. Never mind, I doubt we'll be seeing each other ever again. Bye. He's so emotionless about it. Bye, bitch. Bitch, later.
Hey!
That really stings. I don't want to talk to you no more. You're not my friend. I'll lose all your friends. Yeah, not gonna lie, they kind of left this fort in a wreck. But I guess only so much can be done. We've arrived at the fort. I'll go and speak with Lord Zane. Later. And Mikey's standing there ready to go to Alganar's castle. I'm not quite ready for that right now. I'm hungry. Gotta go where the adults are talking. So nostalgic.
Yes?
Yeah, he just says his usual stuff. I think he says something about an elven language. What too? It's written in an elven language, you can't read it. You know, the thing that really kind of confuses me is in that cutscene where Zane's talking to Nogueira at his grave. He's talking in whatever the human language is because Genius and Ridley can both understand what he's saying. Meanwhile, he writes his war strategies in Elven. So it kind of makes you wonder, like, in what situations does he use Elvish, and when does he use human language? Or just the Elvish in general. Well, I think that's all for tonight. There is gonna be no stream next week because I'm just gonna be working a lot and I'm gonna be really, really tired. Excuse me. I'm just tired thinking about it. But there will be movie night. It's gonna be Ice Age, the first one. So yeah, no stream next week. There is movie night. I will continue back streaming next, or the week after that, so the week of, in the 20s. So, like, I think June 22nd is going to be Wind Waker. Friday, the 24th is going to be more RADIATA stories, and then the usual Monday movie night. I might move Friday stream 2 hours later, because I don't know, since James is having his summer classes, I don't know if starting the stream 2 hours later would be a little more convenient, because honestly, it's no big deal to me. I don't mind starting at 8 my time. So it's, you know, it's all up in the air. We can play it by the ear. We're gonna raid Raiden, who is playing Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I believe some of you guys might have dropped in one of his streams before. That's our raid command. Oh wait, it's not working because it's a sound command. God damn it. Well, anyway, just you know what to say. Say Shining Raid, whatever. Raid. That will at least work. Alright, yeah, so that's pretty much it. Movie night next week, no stream, though. Gonna come back to streams the following week. Until then, take care of yourselves. Make sure to drink, plenty of water, hydrate, and don't die in this winter heat.